Hi there. How you been doing? I hope that you had a great date this Friday and that finally some of you are gonna be able to rest for the weekend, or I'm hoping at least. And I'm hoping that you will give yourself a tiny break in your mind. I Today it's just gonna be something random. I don't know if you can hear my voice. Usually I sound more I think rain is coming. I've had this weird power of being able to know if rain is coming. Um, I've always had this issue since I was little. And as I said with some of you before, that I have been working on some stuff to to get rid of it. Before I used to just close off and I wouldn't be able to breathe properly. Like I would wake up at night and I wouldn't sleep for hours. I had that issue for like 5 years. Well, at least constantly when they started closing off, and I would use um, a machine that will help me to open up, and sometimes it wouldn't work that much. And I started noticing that I needed to do certain changes within me. That's when I started writing down things that bother me, or I was trying to get to the bottom of the things that I was not feeling satisfied with myself. That's when I, you know, I spoke with my mom. I forgave. I forget about a lot of people, and I asked for forgiveness as well. And there were some things that still I was like, what am I missing? What am I missing? And I forgot to forgive myself, right? In that moment when I understood about doing that, it cleared up. However, I still struggle a little bit with not being able to breathe properly. You can hear it, of course, that my voice is a little different because, as I said, I know that it's gonna rain. I just don't know when. I'm like the weather. I like the weather channel where they're like, rain is coming Friday, but then it rains on Sunday. Or it's like, it's not gonna rain today, and then it rains. I don't know. So, and I'm still working on that, trying to figure out how to connect with that. Maybe I need to center more. Perhaps one of you out there has been able to finally put that in order and had figured it out. Maybe you can help me out. Because, all of us have a little bit of unbalanced things. A lot of you can sense that there's a shifting coming. Some of you are scared of whatever it's gonna happen here. Some of you don't care what happens. You say, I still gotta work. Gotta have to go to work. I'm one of those that I'm just like, I'm thankful that I wake up and I'm capable to go to work. And I just find it interesting how we take things too serious when we live in a fantasy. It feels real because we make it. I know it's it's like I gotta go to work. I gotta make sure that I pay my bills. I gotta make sure that I gotta eat. I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta. This is like, uh, what is that game? I mean, most games where you have to dress up your avatar and make it go to work, I don't know. Is it Sims? I don't play games like that. I tell my daughter I only like Mario Brothers, anything that has to do with Mario, because that's what I used to play in back in the 80s. So that's what I like. I know there's other games, but that's I'm good with that. Playing Mario. So sometimes you gotta choose and go here and go there, and that's how it feels in our lives. It feels like a video game that sometimes we cannot escape, and trying to find the exit and jump in here, jump in there, and hopefully find the right the right exit, right? And I just wanted to give a little example. When the last video that I did, I believe it was 2 days ago, when it was super windy and I got cold. Tonight is still a little chilly, but I think it's gonna drop more later. It's 9, 9, 10. So, and something was saying to give you a little example of how to keep letting go. I've known for a few months that I needed to get my two tires, my front tires. And I was like, I don't have enough money to do that. I had a job where I was making more money than I'm making right now. And as I said, I'm working on attracting more. But if you keep holding on to things, life is just gonna, kick you. And whether you like it or not, you are gonna have to do it. So it's better that you listen at the moment that it happens rather than later. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna wait until next month, maybe almost in the middle of December or something like that. But yesterday, after I got off from work, uh, I was capable to see the tire, the boldness of the tire. So I think that's the word. And I was like, okay, noted. I texted my roommate. Her husband is a mechanic, so I asked him which was a good way. Because of the county that we are living at the moment, I'm not very familiar with it. So he sent me a message of where to go, and it was like 5 minutes from the house. So yay! And I went to get, I went to get the tires, and that's it. And even though perhaps it's not much money left at the moment until next Tuesday, it's fine because, can be without my car. Most of us can. I mean, I've been living here in the States since uh 2001. Well, again, because I've been on and off. And the more that we resist the change, the more things are gonna happen. And that's what I mean. On Wednesday, that I was so excited when I say that I cannot show you what it is that life was been showing me or giving to me, because it's more so internally. It's been more that calmness. It's sometimes, yes, I'm a very hyper person. I I love life. I've said it before. Sometimes I can be mean, yes, of course. But for the most part, I love being alive in a way that I don't care seeing what's really rolling. I don't know if that makes sense. Because, some people get too passionate about some things, and that's good, but sometimes too much is too much. Like those people that like to worship celebrities. where they're like, oh my God, you can say bad things about this person because, and they get cuckoo with it. That type of passion that I find it kind of silly. And you need that type of passion of connecting rather than things that don't matter. Because what matters is the connection of you and God, the source, the universe. Again, as I said, whatever you want to call it. And even though I may not have all this money that I was making, I feel very peaceful. It's like I told you, sometimes I do have a collection of tarot cards, oracle cards. I love them. I've done sometimes reading of other people, and some things they remember, and it happens, and they're like, "Whoa, Barb, this is what happened." And with me, I can tell some things, but I'm going more so with the I want to connect. And that's the happiness that I feel. And that's why sometimes you are going to see me like, yay, well, most of the time, except those little examples that I have given with certain people that you have to tell them, you have to speak up, you have to let them know because it collects. As I said, I used to have this issue where my throat will close and I will start coughing so much, and I will have to start using something that will help me to open it up. But I couldn't, I was using it too much, and it bugged me because I couldn't sleep at night. Sometimes I would sleep just like 3 or 4 hours, and I would get upset because I wanted to sleep. And now lately it's been more so like, all right, feeling all this calmness, all this that for years I've been looking for it. Sometimes we think that we are gonna find it in the wrong places. I think you, for the most part, know where it could be relationships, it can be things that we feel that are gonna make us happy, and we ignore ourselves. We ignore what's really important, and that's why I don't want you to give up. I want you to pay attention. Like today, the I was getting closer home, and I saw four different cars. There was construction, and they were not that patient. They would not wait like 3 minutes, just 3 minutes. We are trying to go too fast. We are so impatient as human beings because we think like, oh, I don't have time for this. 3 minutes is definitely not gonna do any difference. I get it. Some of us could say that, well, maybe there's an emergency. Well, maybe there's this. Remember, if you live in the city, there's always gonna be something. There is always gonna be something in your life going on, and you cannot change it just by doing random things because you don't know what could happen at that moment. There's been accidents, there's been stuff. I I know that sometimes we're trying to get like, it is Friday. I'm trying to get home. And I get it. I've Trust me, I live very far from where I work, but I just play my music and I go with it. It can be more important than to just relax. And yes, I'm a little clogged up here on my right side of my nostril, but so I just wanted to remind you very quick that if you still feel scared of letting go, you still have time. You still have time to connect with you. You still have time to know that things are going to work out. It is scary, but do not give up on just listening and stay calm. And you'll know what I mean. Again, it's my week 4 on meditating, and it's been helping so much. Also, have you seen the moon? It's so beautiful. Well, at least today it'll be beautiful because, of course, then it will go back to the other cycles. So, work with you, work within, work with what's best for you that you feel, whether it's God, source, universe, deities, anything that you feel attracted to. Just understand that everything comes from one. So I hope you have a good night or good morning or afternoon, and take care. Don't be in a rush. Give yourself some time and listen, and you'll be fine. I'll see you another time, okay? Take care. I love you and sending you big hugs. Bye.